Alright, so doing the VOD for this man. Her talent, Yomi's better. They got a Ceres, and yeah, you're not gonna get too much value out of Guillotine because you're not actually gonna be killing much with it. This card right here is a meme, so like it's not that good. You should. This card's really good though. You should put this at like a 5, and like change this. Yeah, you should take these two cards out for something else. Either sustain or cooldown reduction. What is this? No, take this out too, and this is fine. But like this and this are the only good cards in your loadout. I would recommend going Yomi. You got double support, so you fall off late game a lot. But it's like Fury Grover, so not like that much. You still want to win fast if you can. But I know you lose this. And starting Kadra is fine.
I've been waiting for so long.
So you're going this way with your Cassie. And ours on point. And they're just kind of sitting in the corner. So you get all the space for free. There's an Ashe behind you, but you kind of ignored it. Right, so there was an Ninja here. And this sounds annoying as fuck. Okay. So the Angel went over here and started farming your backline. So you don't have an off tank right now, but your job as a flank isn't just to kill that lady and this furry. It's also to protect your backline from the edgelord over here. So you should be looking to see where he is, because if you can't see him, he's most likely killing your supports. Okay. And now your Grover has to go into their backline, which is really risky because there's 3 people right there. And you are running in front of 3 people. And the only reason you get away with it is because Zhin does Zhin things. Any other flank, and you shouldn't do that. You're running onto mid again. Right. So, let's see why you died there. So you went in here, you saw the Angel's low. There was a Ceres here. You can see the particles from the Ceres' healing on Angel. Once you saw those particles, you should have went out, because you only have caught 1, you're not going to kill the Angel with the Ceres pocketing him. If you went out before, your supports could heal you back up, and then you wouldn't have died. Deaths are the most important stat in the game. It shows like how much uptime you got and stuff like that. Yeah.
We took it down.
Angel's there, but he shouldn't get kills. So you're going back now. You shouldn't run onto mid here. Nice. Okay, you got the cap. That's good. There's a okay. So Tiberius literally flew right over your head, and you know your Cassie's behind you. You're also partied with the Cassie. You should have turned for the. You should have healed for the Cassie, because like she's your main damage other than Furia. If she's dead, you probably lose the mid fight. And yeah, you should have healed for the Cassie. which you now do, but only after she dies, and Tiger is able to get out. Right, so there's 3 people there. You're taking a range battle with Tiberius, which isn't ideal. And yeah.
Enemy killing spree.
Yeah. I think you're trying to bait out the hook, but it doesn't work. Okay, so if your ult goes down, you should be going like, you should be like holding W. I feel like the Cassie died there because you didn't push fast enough. So that could be avoided. And obviously aim. But this is for game sense stuff, not mechanics. But aim is a big part in DPS, even for Zhin. Alright, your team should just die here. But they're staggering.
Uh-oh, double.
Yeah, so you should be waiting to group up here. Like, if you don't, either you should be poking behind cover or just sitting behind it. And not doing what you're doing. Alright, you're pushing here with your Furia, which isn't the worst. Wait, Cohen knows. The team was able to bail you out of that one though. You should try to take, okay. You should try to take as little range battles with Tiberius as you can, because you lose that 10 out of 10 times. And then you were like half health here, and what you did was you ran like here. Let's see how many people can shoot you. 1, 2, 3, 4. If Andrew turns, that makes it 5 people you just whirled into. You basically were on half health, and you went into 4 people's line of sight. Right. So you die from that, and yeah, that was like really, really dumb. You tried to ult, but thankfully it didn't like go through. But if you ulted, that would have been like a really, really bad one, because again, these 3 people can shoot you, and then you're just dead, and you wouldn't even get the kill. And Cassie should die here because she's running into Koa attacks. Right.
30 seconds remaining.
So your team is like down.
15 seconds remaining.
So you shouldn't be going in here at all. Your Nara and Fury just died. And go, yeah. You get away with it because Zhin. But with any other flank, you shouldn't be getting away with that. You do get away with it because this is low elo and you're playing Zhin.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You probably could have killed the Tiberius there if you aimed your last hit higher.
That looked good.
Alright, I don't know what happened there. But
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
alright, so you're going this side this time.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And like everyone on their team's going this side. You bait up the hook, which is good. But Angel and Ash are kind of like pushing behind you. Or Ash. You're kind of just running off the point, which is bad. And then you get hooked, but he doesn't shoot. Okay. So now they're all pinned in the corner. You should cap here. Bait out the color hook, that's good. Tiberius gets tied. Alright, so you can hear Ash ult before like she hits the ground and stuns. So you should billowed so you don't get hit by a stun. That's just like awareness stuff. And yeah, you should have billowed for that. So you kind of just like, there was like a Ceres right here, and you kind of just turned and shot at Ash. If Ceres dies, their team just loses. So shooting Ceres is more of a priority than shooting an Ash that Ceres will be heal botting. You should be looking to shoot Andrew instead, but you kill Ash, which is fine. Go for Tiberius. You've got 2, so you... Okay. So, you made the fight go on long enough that the Ko was able to peel for Tiberius. Using your counter there was really unnecessary, and it just gave Tiberius cleansed caught so Zeus could full heal him. And it gave Koa time to shield for him. So if he just like shot him, he would have been dead. It's hard to remember with Zhin because he's like got all these defensive stuff that you can use and like, wow, I can't die. But you gotta know when to use them. Like sometimes you're better off just holding down left click.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks so fun. I needed that.
So you're bad Haven, that's fine. You're sitting in the corner, not sure why. What are you doing? Okay.
Enemy killing spree.
Right. So you're going in, you're shooting nothing. Yeah. Right. So I know you like got the Koa, but like Ceres and Tiberius were right here. Shooting them is more impactful than shooting Koa because they still have a Ceres, right? If they don't have a Ceres, then shooting Koa will be more impactful. But because they have a Ceres, you should look for like Ceres. Also in low elos, supports don't turn around. If someone behind them needs healing, chances are they will not heal them and just heal what's in front of them because awareness. So shooting at Tiberius would also have been more impactful because Ceres probably wouldn't heal him. But you do kill Koa, which is good. And now there's 3 people, so you want to be. So you do want to focus Angel there. You killed Angel, which is good. And Ceres dead. You should push this. Oh, Ash, that's good. And you get Koa, and there's a bush. In general, I think you're focusing on tanks a bit much. If you like shoot Ceres enough to force her to shadow travel, that's huge value because she's kind of leaving her team to reposition, and you can get kills out of that. It's almost as good as killing her. Not as good, but almost.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
And shooting people behind Ceres can also be good. But generally you want to be shooting Ceres more
5,
than
4,
Koa.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Just because Koa has fat hitbox doesn't mean you have to be like shooting him. And yeah, your shots would be better spent on Ceres. It might lead to you having like a lower damage number in the stats, but you're more impactful. Right. So right off the bat, your Cassie kind of fed, but she didn't die. She should die. I think she probably dies here, and she definitely should. Yeah, she basically ran into a Koa hook with a Tiberius behind him, and you decided to do the exact same thing right after and just get blown up by the Tiberius. You're basically like, you and the Cassie were basically like trickling yourselves in one by one to get murdered instantly. So like, yeah, you just got punished there for committing to going into this, which you really shouldn't. Yeah. And Koa just runs in and ults. So realistically, you and Cassie probably lost your team the fight there. And Inara is staggering. Right, so you're waiting for your team, which is good. You are kind of... Okay. Right. Oh, you're trying to get touch. Okay, I'm done. Never mind. You need touch, but you're too slow. And you die. That's kind of like, yeah, you kind of just had to go for it earlier. But also, know that there's a card that increases your speed during Billow. It's quite good. I use that like a 3 or something. If you like had that instead of whatever this shit is, you would have probably got touch. Just saying. In general, reload speed isn't valued. Unless you're like playing Buck or Damba or Dredge. Or Combat Medic. But on Zhin, his reload speed isn't that bad. So there's better cards you can put points into. Besides, this is basically Death Hands 1 at level 3, it's not that good. So you are kind of sitting in front of 4 people again. And right. So as a flank, you want to take off angles. So like here, you only really have opportunities to shoot tanks. But what if you whirled from here, from cover, to here, more cover? Then you can go around here and take an off angle. Andrew started to do it. If you did it earlier, you could punish Andrew. But yeah, your Ceres is back here healing tanks. If you took an off angle, you could pressure Ceres into shadow travel. And that's mega value. You could also punish Andrew for taking the offlane. If you sit here, your impact is not much at all. You always want to be looking for how much, what can you do for more impact on the game. Right. So now Angel's going there and you don't. Right. You see Angel's dashing back because Cassie looked at him. But yeah, you didn't notice the Angel that was like right up here when you were there. And you just kept shooting tanks. Shooting tanks is fine, but in general there's things you could be shooting at that will give more impact. You can chase Angel there. Nice. Probably unnecessary below. You're shooting Ceres, which is good. You forced her into shadow travel. You can ult that, but you don't. Ulting that was probably not a good idea. Alright, so now you. Right, so your team was like backing up way before you. They got your Furia, and Cassie was respawning. So, okay. Once you force Ceres into shadow travel and Ashe peeled, you definitely back up, and then here you billow, but like you sit here. You like kind of stop here, which is really really bad because these two can still shoot you. If you are running this card at a higher level, you could have whirled to here, and you might have lived. Yeah, Grover's backing up, getting chased by Koa. Cassie's feeling for him, that's good. Right. So you should be taking an off angle. You made that hook, but you're forced into billow. Aim. Something that helped me a lot is switching to a lower sense. But like, yeah, you just gotta aim. I know like this is a VOD review and like you're not supposed to go over that, but like, aim, bro. Kind of unnecessary counter there, and it didn't block any damage really. Right. You get healed here. Okay, you got a free kill on Tiberius, which is good. Right. You're kind of avoiding the line of sight of your Furia. So go over against you, so it's fine.
3, 2, 1.
And you got the defense. I like Chronos Sun's in a lot. If you're going Guillotine, Morale Boost could be good, but you have ult and you're not getting value out of Guillotine anyway. You really should go Yomi, because flat DPS increase is better than an ult that you can't get value out of. And yeah, please don't run this card. This card's maybe okay, and this card's a meme build. This card's in a meme build. Alright. This,
4,
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. So your team has 4, almost 5 ults. Their team has 2. And you should win this. You should. I know you don't, but you really should be. So, you push this side, but Koa and Angel are pushing this side, and you don't have like an off tank or anything. So they push for free and get your path. At this point, you're down 2 players, because these two get your Furia and your Cassie. And Grover has to go over here. So you really shouldn't be running onto mid. You got in range of the Ceresol, and yeah, you're just kind of dead here. Your team should like just die and reset, but this is slow elo, so that doesn't happen. And yeah, you don't win this point fight, and you lose 0. Right, so awareness. Yeah. you kind of just ran to mid, and then you're like in the middle of 4 people, 5, and you ulted. Your ult is not a get out of jail free card. It no longer gives you damage reduction. And yeah, with guillotine you probably just want to use it on tanks when they're like alone and they don't have a teammate to shoot at you, because you're really vulnerable to ulting. This is why I think Yomi is better. Your Nara should just die here.
I return to the mother's
Double.
And yeah, your Cassie staggered yourself.
They've got more than bark.
Right. So going down mid's not good. That angle is like really bad. You don't want to take it. Alright, you're going here. You probably have to get touched here. Your Nara gets it, so that's fine. Okay, go. Alright, so you run down mid, but no one looks at you, so you get away with it. And then you see here, stunned Ceres, stunned Makoa. Koa's half health, Ceres is full health. That means they're around the same amount of health. You shot one small shot at Koa, and then the rest at Ceres, leaving Ceres on 1 health. If you shot all your shots at Ceres, she would have died. And killing Ceres is huge. And then the android gets behind them again. Your Cassie probably should be the one peeling for your supports, but she doesn't. Right. So you get Koa here, which is good. And you... Right. So your Furia dies, and then your Cassie dies because they have no awareness. And then this Andro's gonna 1v3 your backline. Realistically, this shouldn't be your problem, but when your team can't take care of it, you have to make it your problem. Because even if you do like kill the Tiberius and the Ceres, which doesn't happen, but if you do, it doesn't matter if your Furia, Grover, and Cassie are dead. However, if you wait for Andro to push and then kill Andro, then that's a big advantage, because then you can push in and not worry about your backline. Unless Koa. Yeah, you gotta appeal for your backline more, because Cassie is not doing it. And I forgot what I was gonna talk about here, but right. If your supports were alive, you should have used Bill to peek for them, but they weren't, so it doesn't matter. And you're farming point in their backline on 400 health. You're staying here, farming point. If no one's looking at you, although they should, you should wait for out of combat. But you should be trying, but you're kind of just dead here. You should have used your ability to get out instead of just stay in that position. Because you kind of use the billow to just like move from like here to here. Again, if you are running speed in your billow, maybe you could have gotten out. Just saying. And yeah, you lose the mid. Hey, do you? Yeah, you do. Your Cassie's staggering.
Defend. An enemy is savage.
And yeah, your Cassie's staggered.
You could be worthy.
Alright, you get Tiberius, which is good. Yeah. So the tanks are here. You should be taking this angle. This angle is kind of yikes, but you're zhin, so you can get away with it. And yeah, this allows you to shoot the squishies. Again, shooting tanks when Xeris is alive does nothing. Xeris is there. Alright. So when you were here, Ash was here, Xeris is here on F health. You should have just shot Xeris instead of Ash. If you had like shot Xeris instead of Ash, like the second you came out from here, she would have died. And now she shadow travels, and you're first to go here. And Tiberius is behind you. So you have to overextend to scare Xeris away, but you die for it. And yeah, Tiberius kills you. Yeah, you overextended there a lot. And Tiberius is going unga bunga. Right. So I think you're saying for Haven 3 here, which isn't bad. But you're kind of just like being the Lion King, in a sense. Like, right. So, you're sitting here in mid. And, Koa here. Tiberius here. Andrew was here. You're kind of just like asking them to shoot you. You are zhin, but you should, as like a flank or a damage or a support, you should be trying to take the least amount of damage you can while doing the most. And like as a flank, securing kills and stuff. Being the Lion King does not help. It means you take unnecessary damage. Shooting Xeris is good, and you forced out Koa Hook. That's good. And you gotta switch to. Alright, you get Koa because Koa's dumb. Alright, so you overextend. You overextend here, but you get away with it because again, you're zhin. You're here. You run out here to be the Lion King again and 1v5 them. And then you go away. You get away with it because again, zhin. But for like other flanks, you would have died. So unless you get away with a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean you should be trying to do the stuff so you can get away with it. Because you basically just took half your health and wasted the cooldowns for nothing. So even though you survived, it wasn't a good play at all. And then you have to use your 14-second cooldown, which also resets your whirl, and you use your whirl too. You're taking an off angle here, which is good. I like that. And alright, bro. Just because there's a flying target doesn't mean you shoot the flying target 100% of the time. If you shot the heavy hit at Sarah, she would have died again. That's 3 times now. If you just shot the Sarahs, she would have died. She's on a 15 streak because you aren't shooting her. And then you die because you're being the Lion King again. If you hit the shot on Andrew, he would have died too, but Ceres is a Mort, and he's kind of carrying. But that's not the easiest shot to hit, and it will be the same impact if you had just killed Ceres. She has 1 death right now because you are not shooting her enough. And Cassie dies.
Enemy killing spree.
And Ceres is back full health again in their back line. Ceres is a really treat this game because you're just not putting enough pressure on her. Like, you're forcing her into shadow travel, but... What the fuck? Right. 700 else. You below. To do absolutely nothing. If, again, loadout, I know I should stop going over this, but very important. Use speed when you're in billow. If you did, you could billow back to spawn. You're 700 health, so you could take a hit from Koa. You go back to spawn, get spawn healing. That was a very avoidable death.
Enemy rampage. You're a lifeguard.
The shame will only make me
So yeah, Pagan 3, that's good. You can get nimble here.
4, 3,
But you don't.
1.
witness the malady.
I'll speed it up a bit. You get Rezo. They have Ash and Cyril, so I guess you don't need Rezo here if you use your abilities well. The two CC,
Point spawning
they're
in
like
15 seconds.
their comp is pretty low on CC. They got like a Ash knockback and Tiberius slow, and like Ash and Cyril.
5, 4, 3,
You can dodge the
2,
ults
1.
with just your abilities. You don't need Weasel for that. I'd probably buy Nimble here instead. Right. So, Tiberius feeds. Right. You dodge Sarasol with your pillow, that's good. You get hooked into Koa, which is bad. And then you get Ash lifted. So one thing I've noticed you're doing a lot is like you're going here, and then you're just running through mid into a group of people and trying to be the Lion King. You are not the Lion King. Just because you are a cockroach doesn't mean you survive 1v5. You got one pick here. You realistically shouldn't lose this, but you and Grover both decided to be the Lion King. And then you dodge one but get hit by the other, and yeah, you basically just get ulted into oblivion. So you got an early pick on Tiberius, but you still lose. Right.
You are not welcome here.
On guard!
So I'm going this way. It's fine.
Double.
But your time T was dead. You and Grover should be backing off and waiting to regroup. You can kill Tiberius here. You should. But you'll overextend to get that kill. Now. Right. You go like way over here. Into Koa Hook. And then you have to use the cooldowns to get back here. You do get Tiberius, but you and Grover probably die for it. So that's not worth. Grover definitely dies. So that was not worth. Obviously you can't control anything that Grover does, but yeah. You might need to get touch here, but this is way too early. Right. So. To get the touch for first overtime, when they hit 99% time, you get overtime instead of you just losing, right? You need 84% capped. If they have 84% capped, you touching the point means you get guaranteed overtime. They're at 81%. If you just touch now and everyone gets off until they hit 99%, you lose. So you don't actually get touch here.
Enemies behind us.
You need to get value out of your ult here, but you're shooting tanks and peeking Tiberius to do so, which is really bad. If you want to shoot tanks, peek from here. If you want to shoot Tiberius, like, jiggle peek here. Walking here to shoot tanks is really, really bad. So you take a ton of damage. And again, being the Lion King. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're running into 5 people for absolutely no reason. Right. And Cassie dies. Yeah, so you lose this. Right. Not trying to be like mean or anything, but you and Cassie were definitely the reason you guys lost. Right. So things to work on. Things to work on. 1. Fix your loadout, dude. Okay, so like my loads are really old. Not old, but bad. But like, you're using this card, and this card, I would not recommend. So like, you have this, 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 this. This is really bad. Alright, what I'll do is move this, this, and this. Move this to a 4, to like a 5. Alright. So then what you can do is this card. It's really, really good. And then this, not that card. Viciousness is also very good. You can like drop this down and like do this. Now you have a really good build. Because you get below movement speed, so you can like actually use it to get behind cover and stuff. And you have a whirl after that, so you can like escape and stuff. This card is super good. And then you have this. This is also very good. Especially against full auto characters like Victor and Tyra. And then you got health and ammo, which this is a good filler. So like, this is what I would use. Next, you're being the Lion King, dude.
Zhin.
This man is not this man. This man you can get away with being the Lion King because he's busted as fuck.
Zhin.
This man isn't. You don't 1v5 with this guy. Also, you should never walk onto mid as a flank unless you need to get touch. Yeah, walking onto mid is basically asking to die. And then I noticed there's a couple times where you were kind of like going in when your team was dead. You don't want to really do that. So yeah. And your ults, you got absolutely no value out of Guillotine. You didn't get a single kill with it. All your ults were like an attempt, you got 1 kill, right, on the Ashe. The rest of your ults were you being the Lion King and ulting someone in front of everyone else on the team. And also just ulting way too late. So, if your ults are gonna be like that, use Yomi and use your ults for movement. Or like on squishies. And shot priority. Shoot Ceres for. Ceres died twice in that game. I know it's Ceres and Shadow Travel's a thing, but I counted at least 3 times where you could have killed Ceres if you just shot her. So you want to be always looking for kills on supports because that's huge. And yeah, I think that's it.